It's halftime of the Chicago Bulls versus Charlotte Hornets game, and the Chicago Bulls find themselves up by 15 points in the first half of this game. We're going to talk about all and more, but first, you already know what we got to do. We got to do what we have the best of in all of YouTube. We're going to go ahead and play that intro.
You are now tuned in to Chicago Bulls Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bulls news and content.
Despite only shooting 41% from the field and 26% from three-point range, the Chicago Bulls find themselves up by 15 points against the Charlotte Hornets. And that's mainly because the Charlotte Hornets have shot like absolute shit. They're 39% from the field, 11% from three-point range. And in this game, the Chicago Bulls only have two players that scored in double digits so far. That's Ayo Dosunmu, 6 for 8, with 2 rebounds, 2 assists, and 14 points. And then you got Zach LaVine with 10 points as well in this game. He has a plus-minus of plus 15 when he's on the court for the Bulls. He really came alive in the second quarter of this game. And, you know, they're really leading the Chicago Bulls. But outside of that, you're still getting contributions off the bench. Lonzo's 1 of 3 for 5 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, but he's played some really good defense. He got a block as well. You got 8 points from Josh Giddey, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. He could be on triple-double watch. I know it's not one of those games at halftime where you look at it and say, oh, he's definitely going to get a triple-double, but watch out for Josh Giddey on triple-double watch. Kobe White, 2 of 6 from the field, 5 points, 2 rebounds, 2 steals, 1 assist from him. Jalen Smith has 6 points, 2 blocks. He's 2 of 7 from the field in his first game starting for the Bulls. We even got to see some Modest Bucilis and Patrick Williams minutes out there together today. Not a large sample size, so nothing really to dive into when it comes to that. But the Bulls, I want to make no mistake about it. Despite the Bulls being up by 15 points in this game, this is a bad basketball game. I'm not by the Bulls. I'm talking about just overall from both teams. This is a bad game of basketball. This is not good basketball. I don't care what nobody says. I'm glad that my team's winning. Make no mistake about it. But this is not good basketball. This is, hey, it's fun. I'll say this, it is exciting basketball because both teams are getting out and running and stuff like that. But this ain't really a good game of basketball is what I'll say, man. But glad that the Bulls look like the way that I hoped that they were going to look out coming out of a break, right? They don't look like they don't belong or anything like that. They don't look like they're getting outworked. And one thing I was worried about with the Bulls is that them having a lot of practice, and we end up looking at them and saying, "Hey, why do they look like such shit?" It's not one of this game, so that's good. Modest Bucilis and Patrick Williams played 2 minutes and 19 seconds together, and the Bulls are -7. They got outscored by 7 points in those 2 minutes. I just hope that Billy Donovan doesn't, retreat from using that lineup like we've heard him talk about it that he wants to do. Bucilla's going to make an all-NBA defensive team in a few years. His on-ball defense has to get a lot better than that. But I will say having 3 blocks in 12 minutes, there's a lot to be said about that. So I think we can confidently say Lonzo's knee is just fine. It looks good. Definitely looks good. One of my pet peeves are starting to happen again. We're trying to shoot threes off of turnovers that we get instead of going to the basket. I mean, that's how this team plays. I mean, that's you might as well get frustrated, Shay. I'm not saying I disagree with you, but that's what this team is going to do. That's how they're going to play this season. It's just really no way around it. They look like they had some rest playing with heart. Yeah, they're definitely playing with heart. I was going to read your comments, Mike, but you said Little Boozy Vert, so I'm not. I hate that nickname. Horns Over Hoops podcast says, Haize, what do you think of the Zoe and LaVine chemistry? I mean, it's solid. It's solid. It's what you expect. Like, Zoe I really think Lonzo Ball can build chemistry with anybody. Adama looking good in this short amount of minutes. Yeah, Adama Sanogo, 4 minutes, 3 rebounds that he had in this game. So, defensive rotations were solid. He went 1-on-1 for the shot that he did take. So, take that for what you will. We look fresh, great energy on the defense. Liking Giddey and Zoe together. P. Will looks like trash. I'm telling y'all. P. Will looking bad right now, but I get he's coming back off an injury. Hopefully he can bounce back in the second half. It's gonna be a slow go for Patrick Williams. A foot injury for somebody who's gotten up to 236, 38 pounds, something like that. It's gonna be a little rough go from him to start. How does Giddey start the game with 8 points, 3 boards, and 3 assists in 6 minutes and sit on the bench for 10 minutes? How does he only get 12 minutes on the floor in this half? Because Billy Donovan going Billy Donovan, my brother. Miles Busilis is looking good on defensive end, but I guess the knee-jerk reaction for fans don't watch the game won't notice. I mean, the thing is with Modest is that he's grown a lot on, but like it's just him understanding the pace. He understands it a lot better. He understands the physicality a lot better. I can't believe some of the shots that Patrick took. Listen, I mean, but let's be clear here, right? Modest Busilis and Patrick Williams are collective 0 for 10 from the field right now, right? Because they're just playing a part in this offense where they're just getting up shots. But let's just be clear here. Like, yeah, Patrick Williams took some bad shots, but him and Modest Busilis, the difference is Modest is just more active, and those 3 blocks make a big difference as well. Need me a Modest slam. Hey, we'll get one. I'm sure we'll get one in this game. Damn, y'all need to go get off P. Will's meat, bro. He just got back from injury. Fuck. Hey, listen. Bulls fans don't know how to patience. Patience they don't know about. Look at that. I knew it was gonna happen. I knew as soon as the halftime hangout came, that's when my wings were gonna get delivered. I knew it. So listen, I'm not gonna front on y'all. We're gonna go for about 10 minutes on the halftime hangout. I'm gonna go eat my wings. Pat just got back. Damn it. You know, people listen. I expect a slow start for P. Will, but Billy need to get better in his lineup rotations in the second half. Listen, he's not. I get what you're saying, and I agree with you. I want to be clear here. I 127% agree with you. But the problem is Billy Donovan doesn't care about lineups. He just doesn't. Billy, and you know what? Every coach has their limitation. Billy Donovan doesn't understand how to ebb and flow lineups. He just doesn't grasp that well at all. He doesn't have that aspect of coaching. He doesn't. Now, maybe if you had a deeper team, maybe I'd have to, you know what? I would really go back and look at, because I it's not like I watched that OKC Thunder team that heavily, but back when he still had the Russell Westbrooks and the Kevin Durant's, like, was his lineups bad then? Like, did he not have really good rotations then? Or was it that because of the talent level, because he had two stars in that team, that it was able to overcome some bad rotation? Be interested to look out for that. Because I don't know. I don't know. I don't remember. Man, Zoe just on another level, IQ and intensity, missed this game. Hey, listen, Zoe healthy is a monster. He's a monster. Unless they get a great trade in exchange, I'd like THC to remain a long-term Bull. His bruiser play style compensates for his lack of height. Listen, I'm telling y'all this. THC has been able to be good because he's been able to operate as a high usage player because he plays with a lot of the bench unit. THC is bad when he's playing with good players or more aggressive players, and the numbers back that up. But I'm not mad at, like, we're not going to be a good team anytime soon, so I'm not necessarily mad at that either. But you know, with the numbers and how they work out, a team, may be hard for the Bulls to keep THC this offseason. It may be hard. We'll see. I hope Zach does a better job at protecting the ball in the second half. 4 turnovers is not acceptable. I mean, listen, Jordan. I agree with you. Like, the turnovers are a bit rough, but come on, man. Because I used to think Billy and Kerr were some of the best coaches in the NBA. A lot of people, like, keep in mind, when the Bulls got and they signed Billy Donovan, he was the best coach on the market. He was. They're just jacking up threes, no driving to the. We have no, again, yeah, it is. Billy is the worst at lineups. He should let an assistant coach take the lead on that. He already let Wes Unseld Jr. take the lead on defense. I don't know if he's going to do that on rotations. But overall, really, really solid first half from the Chicago Bulls. I mean, when you come out of the first half up by 15, you got to say that you played a pretty good first half. They just got to tighten up in some things. Hopefully they can shoot the ball better. I tell you what, if the Bulls get back to shooting more like they have this season overall, that changes a lot for this team. Changes a lot for this team. Said the other day, when those shots not fall, go to the rim. I mean, that's simple basketball, and we just don't see that a lot anymore. We just don't see simple basketball a lot anymore. Is there any chance we can trade Billy to Washington for some bubble gum or something? Nope. Modest with 3 blocks. It shows 3 on the stat sheet that I'm looking. Oh, wait, did they change it? Shows 3 on the stat sheet that I'm looking at. Hold on, why don't I have? Let me bring up Hoops OMG. That's like the closest thing you can get to the official NBA stat tracking. Let's see what that says. Give me 1 second. Man, I really hate that I don't have my actual internet. Everything's moving so slow compared to how I'm used to it running lately. Yeah, they got him as three block shots. P-Dub just needs to stay healthy so he can actually grow as a player and work on his game and confidence in the right direction instead of always working his way back from injury. It's definitely something to be said about that. At this point, Billy good at anything other than chewing bubblegum? I mean, listen, the Bulls offense has completely changed. Like, it still has its big flaws, but when you look at how the Bulls played offense last couple of years till now, that has been a big change. So we'll see how that continues to go. Camille, what did you mean about the THT thing? Is he not? He's good in his current. So here's the thing, right? When you're afforded the ability to be a high usage player, not everybody's that, and especially a player at THC's role is not usually going to be allowed to be a high usage rate player. And so because he's out there playing with players like Modest and Dalen and the Julians, right? The players that don't necessarily aren't as aggressive, his aggressiveness stands out and it gets him a lot more opportunities. Over THC's career, he's been a player that needed 20 points to get 10. He needed 9.5 shots to get 10 points. It's just not efficient. But now because he is being able to be a more high usage player, he's able to the numbers are kind of inflated in that case, right? So, we'll see. We'll see. But all right, y'all. I know I usually do the halftime hangouts about 15 minutes. I haven't eaten in hours. My wings just got here. They left them outside, so they're probably getting cold. I love you guys. I'll be back at post-game show. Make sure you guys stay in tune with us. You can follow us at Bull Central Pod. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, bullcentralpod@gmail.com. Lastly, if you want to leave a text message and our voicemail for the mailbag, number to do so, 773-270-2799. We're the number one spot for everything